All right, so again, I'm going to be skipping around and answering some of these questions, and then go over the questions I wrote you. Then we're going to play and name that song on the board. All right, so the question I want to talk about, I want to remind you about is 8. 1 and 8 are those corresponding angles in the same spot for each intersection? No. False. 3. What are 1 and 3 called? Vertical angles. That is true. Okay? Now, if you all of the different words, alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding, the lines are not parallel, which is the only that are going to be congruent?
At the side or across from each other?
Across from each other, they are what? Vertical angles. The only ones that are congruent, if they're not parallel, are your vertical angles. So 1 and 3 would be 5 and 7. Any of them that are right across from each other. 2 and 6 and what number is that? Next question. In the picture at the right, these are parallel. If angle 3 is 120, figure all the other angles on this picture. How? Alright, those are all interior angles. Do you see all of them that are across from each other like this? 120. If they go like that, 20. How do I find the other angles?
180 minus 120.
These make a line. So find that. I'm going to do 80 minus 120. You're writing with me. 60 degrees. So all the ones are 60 degrees. And fill this out. Angle 5.
120.
What's angle 6? That will be C tomorrow. Alright. For the next question, I'm going to focus on the last two. What does the word skew mean? Do y'all remember? Louder? So it's not really that it's perpendicular, but it goes different directions. So skew lines, are they parallel? No. Are they ever going to touch? No. They go different directions, but they never touch. For instance, look at your computer now. Do you agree the screen on the right, look at me. Do you agree the screen on the right is up and down? Look in front of your keyboard, though. Do you agree it's going right in front of your keyboard? Right? Is line right here and in front of your keyboard right here ever going to touch though? Those are skew. So, skew lines, write this down, ever going to touch, intersect, and they go different directions. If they went the same directions, they would be parallel, and they never touch. Skew lines never touch and go different directions. So, DE, CF. Are these lines ever intersective going on forever and ever? No. Are they going the same direction? No. So these are skew lines. That is true. What about EF on the bottom and BC? Are these lines going to touch? Going the same direction? Yes. So are they skew? No. What are those? What are they called when they go the same direction? Parallel. lines have different directions. Hands. One's going up and down, one's going left and right. Skew lines are never going to touch. They go different directions. Okay? All right. Before questions about here, can you, we know 1, 2, 3, and 4. All not equal. But which one's equal? 1 and 2 are going to be the same. And 3 and 4 are going to be the same. So, is 1 congruent to... Is 1 congruent to 3? No. Now, do you also agree the ones in the other are all 9? They're going to equal 80. So if they're next to each other, they'll equal 80. Are 2 next to each other? No. You want numbers there? Yeah. Let's make this 100. Then what's down here? What's this?
100.
Then what would 4 be?
80.
And then what would 3 be? And now you can 1 plus 2 is 100 plus 100, 180. What about 4? Are they the same?
No.
2 and 4 add up to 180. Yes. Do 3 and 4 add up to 1? No, they're across from each other. So that is a question we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Now, on the other side of this review, what does the word converse mean? When you use the word converse, switch. A way for that is every time she puts on her shoes, gets them on the wrong. Converse is a shoe, she needs to switch them. So, what am I going to switch? If 2 angles have the same measure, they're congruent. How do I switch? They are congruent. Then 2 angles have the same measure. Perfect. What does this word counterexample mean? It's something that proves it wrong, right? What is something I could do? So I'm going to do the first one. If 2 lines are not parallel when they intersect, is there a way to have lines that do not go like this? And they don't what? Skew lines. So a counterexample right here would be skew lines. That one was probably one of the harder questions. A lot of people had questions about it. What about if a triangle has 2 acute angles? Then the third angle, does it have to be obtuse? No, why not? You have 3 acute angles? Sure, what's the biggest we've been doing all year of that? Lateral, couldn't we do 60 and 60? Does it have acute angles? Is that obtuse? So that's a counterexample. You could also do a right angle. 45 and 45. All right. This is the one everybody should get right tomorrow. I'm hoping. But it's something that, man, it's not minutes since we've seen this. The reason we all get this right is because I'm going to give these 2 formulas. Tomorrow you're going to get this formula test. All right. We have not done any of these formulas, not until after whole side, after spring break. All we've done in this class now are these 2 formulas. So this is why you're getting this chart. All right. Distance formula and midpoint formula. You have to do use it, but to plug it in. So it tells you the segment AB. What do I do with A and B? I don't even need you to plot it. Nope.
Put y2 minus 1.
I'm going to label them x1, y2. Please label those. This is your first x, this is your second x and y. Now, maybe I said that wrong. Maybe everybody's not going to get it right. But remember when I taught y'all distance? We did root parentheses plus parentheses. Make sure your answer has squared on the parentheses. What goes in the middle of the parentheses? And again, you don't have to memorize that here. Alright, now we are going to do x2, y2. I'm just copying this formula. X, y2, x2 minus x1, and then x2 minus y1. What is my x2? 2. Minus, what is my x1?
2.
Negative 2. My y2?
0.
Minus, what's my y1? And that you do. You're not going to have to do this tomorrow on your and then you are just going to do this in Desmos. Exactly like I wrote it. So do parentheses 2 minus 2, close it squared, plus parentheses 0 minus 8, close it squared. 9. Is that what y'all got? So the distance is 8.9. Midpoint. Formula you have right here. What do I have to do to these x's this time?
Divide by 2.
Before that though, what do I got to do?
Add
Add them, divide by 2. You're going to add your x's, divide by 2. Add y's, divide by 2. Remind me, what are my
2
and my
0.
put that in the calculator exactly like that. Did we say it has to have something? Oh, to do the divided by sign, remember you want to divide by sign. It'll make it like down like that if you divided by first. Hold on, let me do parentheses. Divided by 2 plus negative 2 divided by 2, right? And then I'm going to arrow over, and I do a comma, see if this works. Then hit divided by again. Arrow plus divided by 2. And answer, what's my answer? All you got to do is click the dot and click this. What is the answer? 0. If you did not want to use the formulas and you wanted to use the graph, you could have definitely plotted the make sure you're strong at plotting points. And then remember, you can go rise over run and go halfway. So this is 1, 2, 3. What is 4? 2. And then this one is 8. What's half of 8?
4.
1, 2, 3. So the halfway would be 0, 4 with Amy. Okay? Next question. What does this word bisect mean? Cuts in half. Anytime you see bisects, you need arches. So ABC is cut in half by BD. Do an arch here and an arch here. Ooh. BE cuts in half BD. So these are the same two. And again, if you need to on this, make up numbers. Anybody give me a number. So if I make this, you're going to be 12. So what's this whole thing here? 24. And if this whole thing is 4, what's this whole thing? You see how I just made up numbers? And then now you can answer these questions true or false based on those numbers. Don't worry too much about it. Multiple choice. I love it. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Hi. Here. Thank you. All right. What I was just saying, that last part is these are going to be multiple choice, so you're not going to have to fill in any right there. You're just going to have to choose that's right. Based on your choose the one that's right. Okay? What does this word collinear mean? Turn your page back. What does collinear mean? What does that mean? It's been that was like the first week of school. What does collinear mean?
Adding all the numbers in the line.
So we're not. It doesn't mean that you're. It does mean that all of these on these line. Collinear means they're on the same line. So I'm gonna write P, B, and BJ collinear. They're all on the same line. PB is BJ is 24, and PJ is 36. And then you're just going to use these numbers to see if it's true. Is 12 PJ? What's PJ? Is 36 plus 4 equal 12? No. So you just like plug in these numbers and see which. Okay? All right. Next question. Ooh, this is a good one that we up a lot on. G. All right. First of all, I see this 7. What do? Huh?
Is it called the vertical?
They're vertical. So if this is 36, this right inside 37. Everybody 37 inside. If this is 102, how do I find this one right here? Subtract from 180. So to find that one, I'm going to do 180 minus 102, which is 78 degrees. Now I have two angles. How do I find the third angle right there? Add those two together. 8 plus 37 gives me, we're Desmos, so we make sure we get it right. 78 plus 37 is 15. And then what do I do with 115? Subtract it from 180. 180 minus 115 is 65 degrees. So this right here is 65. So angle 65 degrees. middle letter when you see letters. Angle H. We got 78. And angle J. We got 30.
Oh, you do the middle one?
Always look at the middle letter to know which one it's asking for. Yep, always. The reason it doesn't just say J is because you see potentially 4 right here around J. That's why. Ooh, which side's going to be longest? That was a good question. What side is going to be the longest here? What's the biggest number we see?
70.
What is across 70? No. Give me a
GJ.
G. Your answer. How do we know it's the longest? It's across from the biggest angle. Okay, how would we classify this by sides? By sides, isosceles, equilateral, or scale? Any of these angles the same? By sides the same. So what's that called? Scaling. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that one. We're going to do this one right here. If this triangle is a reflection of each other, it's C, B, A. Oh my gosh, this is tiny for y'all on your papers.
Yeah.
I think I'm old. I see those letters. I'm going to go with C. So orders. C, B, A goes with what here? What goes with C? P. What goes with P?
R.
And A is,
P.
so it's going to be triangle P, T. And again, order matters. P,
AC.
A, C. Order matters. Do your chart. Here's a couple questions that ask the test before Thanksgiving. Are these congruent? No, and why? Let's look at this first one. A. Man, these are tiny. What can I add in this picture? A tick mark. Why? Everybody add a tick mark if you have not already.
Because it's the
They should side. It's a reflexive property. So what triangle is?
angle side.
I have a side between two angles. Is that congruent or not congruent? Congruent. Which two are not congruent?
The SS
Bad word?
And a triple A.
Triple A. Bad word and triple A. And then can you use in the correct order? So triangle BD. ABD is the same as what?
CBD.
CBD. We'll skip the other ones. Make sure you know that. Which pair of triangles has enough information to prove that it's congruent? This first is this. Side. Is side congruent? Yeah. What's one?
side angle side. No.
Any tick
Is
marks?
it SS?
Do I have any tick marks? What do I have?
Angle AA side.
How many angles? Actually, I have this one.
The
Does that it's congruent?
yeah. No.
AAA it's congruent. Does it is? Be careful tomorrow. That proves that they're similar. Make sure you're reading which word it's asking. Is it asking you to prove congruent? Or is it asking you to prove similar? That's similar, AA. But if it says congruent, it does not work. That makes sense? S works. Yep. For S, this one right here. Vertical angles. This is so AAA, which does not work. A is our answer. All right, it's been since the first week of school that we've done this. Some of y'all in my class, actually at that point I only had 4 kids in this class. What do we know about parallel lines on a graph? Yes, they do go on forever, but what do we know on a graph about parallel lines? They do, you're correct, they never touch. Why do they touch? These say what? No.
Same
Five.
Rise over run.
What is that word? Slope, that's the word.
Tomorrow, you are going to have to choose a graph that has the same slope. If you see the word parallel lines have the same slope. Samuel, Samantha, Marco, you with me? Parallel lines have the same slope. How do you find slope here? Rise, run. This one is what? It's going down to. Going down, my slope automatically have. It's going down. What should have a negative? It's going down 2, and then it's going right 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. What is 2 over 6? Desmos. It's down 2, so negative over 6 is negative 1/3. That is my negative 1/3 x. And it wants it to go through what? 2. To make this line go the same like that. So this is going to go right here and right here. Go down to x. Because I want it to go to the same. So I made it go down to right 6. What's my y-intercept? What's my b going to be?
0.
This is going to be negative x plus 4. In my opinion, that's going to be harder questions only because it's been so long since we've done this. Okay? All right, I'm almost. Goes with AC. Look at the picture and make your chart. What goes with A? Goes with B. And what goes with C? So P, R, Q. And then we have a question just like we did the other. What's the scale factor from ZG, my old, to RBP, my new? Scale factor is over old. It does not matter which one. So my new is RPB. Which number do y'all want to choose from this triangle? This is old. This is new. You want to do 21? one's going to go with what? And just divide those in your calculator. What is 21 divided by 42? 2 over old for scale. Last but not least, are these triangles similar? What can I add? Vertical angle. Automatically, what do you know it's not going to be? It's going to be SSS. And then I divide these. The smaller number is divided by the smaller number. The bigger number is divided by the number. It's 20 divided by 10. Backwards. Yours might say 20. What's 2 divided by 11? They the same. So what is here? Did you have 2? S. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Did 18 problems. How many questions are on your test? Really, kind of 19. Fully do that one. But your test tomorrow is 20 questions. Over this, you walk in tomorrow.